What's up, y'all, and welcome to Second and 15, a Philadelphia Eagles fan podcast presented by Old City Sports Network, the best network for all your Philadelphia sports needs. This is your host, Michael Roscoe. The Tush Push lives on, y'all. The Eagles Autism Challenge was also a huge success, and one Eagles coach gets paid. We're going to talk about all that and more, so without wasting any more time, let's dive right into this week's episode. Starting with some Eagles news, rookie defensive tackle Ty Robinson becomes the latest rookie to sign his deal with the team. Robinson was drafted in the 4th round of the 25 NFL Draft, who's expected to be a fantastic addition to an already stacked front defensive line. He's been looking pretty good in camp so far from what I've seen. I'm still very excited to see how he does in his rookie campaign. In more Eagles news, the Eagles Autism Challenge was this past weekend, with over 7,000 participants joining in for the event. Each year for about a decade now or so, the Eagles Autism Foundation, along with team members, coaches, and other organizational individuals, host a day-long bike, run, or walk where fans come together to raise money for autism advocacy, resources, funding, and more. With this year achieving over $10 million and counting in fundraising. This event is just fantastic. I absolutely love it. I went with my family last year. I actually proposed to my fiance there last year. We were unable to go this year due to scheduling conflicts, but each year it's such a great event for the players, the fans, the autism community, and everybody in between. Congrats to the Eagles Autism Foundation on another successful event. In other Eagles news, Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni was given a multi-year contract extension. He was under contract through 2025 until this new deal. Sirianni joined the Eagles as head coach in 2021, accumulating a 48-20 record, 2 Super Bowl appearances, and 1 Super Bowl title. He is now the second winningest head coach through their first 4 seasons in NFL history. Congrats to Sirianni on a job well done and a much-deserved extension. All right, we're going to shift into some general NFL news for these next couple of topics. So, on Tuesday, NFL owners have unanimously voted to allow players to participate in the 2028 Summer Olympics, specifically with flag football, which will be hosted in Los Angeles, California. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts has notoriously been the face of the flag football Summer Olympics campaign, the advertisements, whatever you want to call it. He's the dude throwing the football on fire through the Coliseum flame bucket thing, whatever. For the commercials, it's pretty dope. Looks pretty cool. With it being 3 years away, we have no idea who's going to quarterback Team USA. It could be an already established NFL player. It could be a professional flag football player outside of the NFL. We just don't know. What we do know is, with this rule, only one NFL player per team, along with their international exemption player, will be allowed to participate in the Olympics. So that competition is going to be pretty fucking fierce. Now, there's some division on this ruling. On one hand, there are people who like it for allowing professional football players to represent their nations, similar to NBA players. There's the possibility of NFL players representing their birth countries, depending if they have teams that come over. On the other hand, this could stir some competition, rub people the wrong way, if you will, amongst the already established athletes in the Professional Flag Football League for Team USA. But what do y'all think? Was this a good decision? Do you think it's going to backfire or stir some controversy? Let me know what y'all think in social media comments. All right, and to cap off this week's short episode, the big one. On Wednesday, it was announced that the proposed ban of the tush push play, notoriously made famous by the Philadelphia Eagles, did not pass, only accumulating 22 of the 24 votes needed to pass the ban. 10 NFL teams voted nay for the ban, with the Eagles obviously being one of them. But according to Adam Schefter from various sources, the other 9 teams to vote nay on banning the tush push include the Ravens, Browns, Lions, Jaguars, Dolphins, Patriots, Saints, Jets, and Titans. Let's go over some of my observations and reactions to this voting result. First thing I noticed is 9 other teams have earned my respect, or a lot more of my respect, should I say. Game recognizes game, y'all, and the owners of these 9 teams were intelligent enough to realize that banning a legal play solely because one team excels at it and the rest can't do it is fucking childish, and made the smart and correct decision. Thank you to those 9 teams for being real ones. You've earned a lot of respect from me. Another thing that I noticed with this is that AFC teams dominated the nays. Out of the 9 teams, 7 of them were AFC teams, with only the Saints and the Lions representing the NFC. And it kind of makes sense if you really think about it. Even if you're not in the same division as the Eagles, if you're in the same conference, you have a higher chance of playing the Birds at some point in the regular season or even in the playoffs than AFC teams do. AFC teams ain't got much to worry about, so there's really no reason for them to vote yay. Next thing, probably a big thing that I noticed, is all of the other NFC East teams voted for the ban. Surprise, surprise. Our division rivals voted yes for the ban. Just say it out loud that you can't stop the brotherly shove, because that's basically what y'all are implying when voting for this tush push ban. The Giants, the Cowboys, the Commanders, yeah, they're jealous and they're scared, especially the Commanders, after that whole 8th times the charm tush push scenario in the NFC Championship game. They want our dominant play out of the league, and they have to suffer for at least one more season the wrath of Jalen Hurts and the powerhouse Philly offense. To me, it would have sent a message saying, that's fine, we'll just stop the play on the field. We ain't scared of it, and should have voted nay. But they didn't, which shows the fear that they have when facing the Birds, so I can't wait for these divisional games this season. Another big thing about the result of this voting is this probably won't be the end of the tush push ban attempts. With the 22 bitch-made teams being so close to getting their way this time, they're going to try to pull something out of their ass next year to get this play banned for sure. Maybe, just maybe, actually work on trying to stop the play this summer instead of wasting your fucking time finding made-up evidence that it is an illegal play. But, that's just me. Another kind of big thing that I noticed with this result is the irony. So, this ban proposal was brought to NFL owners, to meet about it, to vote on it, all that shit, by the Green Bay Packers, and they lost their proposal with a 22-10 vote. Do you know what else was 22-10? That's right, the score when the Packers lost to the fucking Eagles in the playoffs. That's what y'all get, Green Bay. So fuck right off with that shit. That's gotta burn. I'm not even kidding. But I also love the pettiness of this whole thing too. We got shit on t-shirts now. You can find those on Fanatics. Not an ad, but I saw that earlier in my emails. And the fucking social media team, I love the Eagles social media team. They put over 26 minutes of Eagles highlights, but it's just fucking tush push highlights. I'm not even kidding. 26 full tush push highlights right after essentially the Eagles had their victory with this whole thing. 26 minutes. So that's just got to be another dagger, if you will, to Green Bay, and I low-key love the fucking pettiness. But finally, after what felt like forever with this whole conversation of a tush push ban, we can finally move on from it. At least for now. All right, y'all, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or follow on YouTube, X, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok by searching at Second and 15. That's 2NDAND15, or by the full name Second and 15, a Philadelphia Eagles fan podcast. You can also find the audio for each and every single episode releasing Thursday mornings on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Player FM, Pocket Casts, or wherever you get your podcasts, with a YouTube video being uploaded later that afternoon. This episode, Second and 15, and Old City Sports Network are brought to you by Warlord Beard Oil. Head on over to warlordbeardoil.com and use our promo code OLDSPORTS for 15% off of your beard oils, washes, and many other products. Orders over $75 will receive free shipping. We're also sponsored by SeatGeek. Head on to SeatGeek.com or download the app and use our promo code Old City Sports Network, all one word, for $20 off your first purchase. That is at SeatGeek. We're also brought to you by Robert Hangholt Construction. If you're in the greater Philadelphia region and need some work done with your roof, windows, siding, deck, whatever the case may be, call the #1 contractor in the area at 610-348-1066 to get a free estimate today. We're also brought to you by Decals by Aaron. Check out decalsbyaaron.com today for all of your Delco products and merchandise. Your #1 spot for everything Delco, that's Decals by Aaron. We're also brought to you by Iron Steel Threads. Check out ironsteelthreads.com and use our promo code OldCity10 for 10% off the entire site, and a portion of the proceeds will go to youth hockey organizations. We're also brought to you by Uncle John's Barbecue Stand, located in Claymont, Delaware. Check them out for some local delicious barbecue and sauces only at Uncle John's Barbecue Stand. And finally, we have Custom Concessions. If you're in the market for repairs to your food truck or trailer, or you're just getting into the food truck business and need reliable service, check out none other than Custom Concessions. They use high quality materials and provide high quality service. Use the sponsors tab at oldcitysports.com to check them out today. And while you're there, don't forget to check out that merchandise tab to get some awesome gear such as t-shirts, hoodies, and more from Second and 15, as well as other Old City sports shows. Once again, thanks for joining in this week, y'all. This is Second and 15, a Philadelphia Eagles fan podcast presented by Old City Sports Network. We will see y'all next week. Don't forget to stay fly like an eagle, and as always, go Birds!